Hey, what is up guys? So it is that time of year again where we get to pick the next Shonen Jump promotional card in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! So here is the website. I'll post it down below in the description box if you guys want to check it out, vote for yourself. You don't have to have a subscription to actually vote for these cards. It's just good to know what we're going to get into the game. Maybe you don't like a certain card, so you can go ahead and vote for the other card. But anyways, here are our choices. We have DeeDee Proud Chevalier, we have Hyperspeed Roid Dama, we have Super Heavy Samurai Ogre Shootin' Doji, and Ultimaya Tzolkin. So let's go ahead and actually check them out, read their effects. I basically have only really covered Ultimaya Tzolkin. The other ones are kind of more conditional to specific decks, even though this one is a generic synchro. So let's kick it off with our first card, the HSR Hyperspeed Roid Dama. It is a generic level 6 synchro. It is a win with 20 tuner attack, and like I said, it's generic, so 1 tuner plus 1 or more non-tuner monsters. And if it attacks a defense position monster, it inflicts piercing damage, and then you can only use each of the effects of him once per turn. And those effects are that the first effect is that you get to banish one machine type monster from your graveyard to inflict 500 points of damage to your opponent. The other effect is that if it's in your graveyard and you control no other cards, you can special summon this card, but you cannot normal summon or set during the turn you activate this effect. So at first I was like, wow, this is really cool, and then I was like, okay, yeah, once per turn, not going to be able to abuse it really too hard. Obviously they thought of that ahead of time. Otherwise, I bet you could probably FTK with this card, but nonetheless, I don't see it too viable at the way the game is looking at right now. It's not like Junk Synchron really needs some extra burn, but you never know. Sometimes that random extra 500 burn can win you the game. Next up, there's the DeeDee Proud Chevalier. So it is level 5 Pendulum monster, and its Pendulum scale is 6, but it can be level 5 technically. But anyways, its Pendulum effect is once per turn you can pay 500 life points, then target one face-up monster your opponent controls. It loses 500 attack. Then it says period. Unless you have a DeeDee card in your other Pendulum zone, this card's Pendulum scale becomes 5, and then its monster effect is that when it is normal summon, you could add one face-up Dark Pendulum monster from your extra deck to your hand. So DeeDees have not been doing too hot in the OCG, so maybe if you just want to try out the DeeDees yourself, try them out, and maybe you won't like this card, or you will, or you might not even like the archetype, because it is a Pendulum-based deck archetype that it can actually... It's a deck that can synchro, it can fusion, and it can exceed. It can do a lot of different things, but again, it's basically oriented around that specific archetype. Next up, there's the Super Heavyweight Samurai Ogre Shootin' Doji. So it is a level 6 synchro monster, and it is conditional. It requires a machine type tuner and one or more non-tuner super heavyweight samurai monsters. So it's not like a junk deck will actually make good use of this, but I mean, maybe someone could think of something crazy. But anyways, it can attack while it's in defense position, and if it does, apply its defense for damage calculation. When this card is synchro summoned and you have no spell and trap cards in your graveyard, you can destroy all spell and trap cards your opponent controls. So that's actually kind of a cool effect, because sometimes I just want to go for a black rose to destroy the back row, but now I can have a monster and it can attack in defense position. You know, that can, you know, certain cards that require you to be in attack position for their effects to go off, like a 101, so 101 can't absorb this. So this card's kind of cool, but it's again conditional to the Super Heavyweight Samurai archetype. Next up, we got my favorite card out of this set right here, well, out of the list that we can choose from, is the Ultimaya Tzolkin. I've actually got a video of this card already. It's so cool, but anyways, it is a dark level 0, which is kind of interesting, but anyways, its effect is that it's always treated as level 12. It cannot be synchro summoned, and it must be special summoned by sending 2 level 5 or higher monsters you control that have, I think it should say that have, but anyways, that has the same level 1 tuner and 1 non-tuner, and it cannot be special summoned by other ways. Once per turn, when a spell or trap card is set on your side of the field, you can special summon 1 power tool, synchro, or level 7 or 8 dragon synchro monster from your extra deck. While you control another synchro monster, this face-up card on the field cannot be targeted by attacks or card effects. So I think that that is a really awesome card, and like I said guys, you should really check out the video. This card plus Scrap Iron Scarecrow, oh man, it's so awesome. You get to negate an attack, then you can special summon Moonlight Roach Dragon, which is a card we don't have yet in the TCG, but once that card comes out, when your opponent declares an attack, special summon a monster, and you get to banish 1 card, or I think it's either you bounce back or banish 1 monster on the field or something like that. It's a really cool combo, and it's relatively easy to use, and obviously then they can't really get rid of him. So I think that this card is absolutely awesome, because not only can you re-trigger its effect with Scrap Iron multiple times, but when you set the first Scrap Iron, you can go ahead and bring out, you know, something else. So I think this card probably has the best potential to actually make a statement in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! The rest of the cards, I don't know really how well they'll do as far as the meta goes, because in the OCG, you know, don't really have good use of the DeeDees and super heavyweight samurais. It can win, don't get me wrong, it's just that it's not too competitive in the game. But again, if you guys want to check out the website, I don't have any affiliation with the website. Some people are going to be like, oh my gosh, Asian Eyes, you sell out. Yo, I should work with them. I wish I could give you guys a discount code. I'll actually probably hit them up because it's pretty cool, guys. I don't remember the exact price on it. It might be 10 or 20 bucks USD, and then you get several Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and sometimes some of these Yu-Gi-Oh cards that come out in the promotionals, they can go up to $50, like, you know, was it Librarian was very expensive at one point. Sometimes some of these promo cards can go up in price, but yeah, it's pretty cool. Like I said, you guys don't have to have a subscription. Go ahead and vote, and you guys can vote for the card that you want. Personally, if you guys are wondering what the heck am I going to vote for, I actually already voted for this, so I'm not going to be a scumbag. I actually had to reset my IP. I believe that's how they do it. But yeah, I'm not going to be a scumbag and get 2 votes. I just wanted to show you guys a list, because if you already vote, it says that, like, it just says thanks for voting. It doesn't show you the options. But yeah, if you guys want to check out the voting site, you can go ahead and do so. But let me know, guys, what card are you most excited about in this these 4 options that we have. Personally, like I said, I'm most excited about the Ultimaya Tzolkin. But if you guys haven't checked out the video, I'll put a link and an annotation up. You guys really should check out this card because it's so cool, and I think it can maybe do something in the game if someone figures out some other combos, or if we get more of another deck that can make really good use of it. But at the moment, I think Heraldic Rulers, or just Heraldics in general, can make great use out of it. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day. Asian Eyes signing out.